Coming into the final corner now. And he'll be looking to dump that on the straight. Is doing just that as he hits the DRS. Massive improvement as he sets a 128.081. And Zora, who's also tied for P1, is going to set a 127.8. Will put him back on pole. And with that, we are off. No formation lap. This is a sprint as they go into turn 2. Destroy and Drac just barely getting ahead. And I believe we've got a disconnection. Destroy and Drac managed to keep it through those first 2 turns. We've got a bit of action happening, I believe. Blake spun. He's trying to recover now, looking to try and get back on track. But that could be his sprint race over and done already, unfortunately. And we've got Tiger making a move on the outside of the McLaren. Will he have the legs? He does manage to get through now. Bo DRS as it is the first lap, I believe. And Tiger now looking to make a move on the outside in the final turn. And we've got the sugar-free Red Bull of Laston making it 3 wide down the main straight. Bit of contact with the wall. And he's going to make a bit of a lunge for the inside. Is able to get past Falling. Gets in behind Tiger. Now looking to be on his left side. And Falling now back side by side with Tiger as they're looking to go 3 wide. Failing decides not to take the chance, but Laston sends it. Bit of a risky move from the sugar-free Red Bull drivers. A bit of contact is being made. Ooh, we've got a few overtakes happening here. Tiger looking to get past Failing. Failing trying to get the legs as they went 2 by 2 out of the second turn. And Tiger is looking to pull away now, but he has set Restored Panda in his sights. And my goodness, that is Kevin VN, who has just spun, is now trying to get back on track. I'd love to know what happened there. We cornered just in time while we were on board with Lasserdin. Now coming up to the final corner, could we see a move made on the outside as Michael Louis takes the outside line, is able to get side by side with the Sauber, but gets a worse exit as BRT Worldwide inches ahead. Could we see a lunge from the Sauber driver into turn 1? Oh, they keep it side by side and tidy through turns 1 and 2. The Williams of Grey Lions making some slight contact with the rear of Michael Louis. Michael Louis getting in behind BRT Worldwide. I think Zora would probably make an overtake in the second DRS zone just before the final corner. I think if there's going to be a move made, it would be there. Failing getting ahead of Tiger, squeezes out Lasserdin. Lasserdin looking to make a move. The McLaren gets a bit of... The McLaren of Morgan Hughes loses out. Still ahead of Restored Panda. Speaking of, we are back with the race leaders. And we'll see if we will be having any kind of overtake here as Zora looks to make a move on the outside of the final corner. Holds the line. Is going to get a much better exit. Dumps the ERS. But we're not quite there yet. As this... Oh, and Zora takes it with Destroyer Drac. Picking up P2. And it's a battle for third place now as Failing, followed by Tiger. Oh. That middle pack was definitely one to watch. And Michael Louis was unable to close that gap quite enough to get ahead of Restored Panda. To put the hammer down as we are off. Coming down into turn 1. Zora the Explorer on the outside, Drac on the inside. Falling in line quite nicely. There's a few drivers go side by side into turn 2. Some slight contact happening there as they almost go 3 wide into turn 3. Both McLarens set their sights on Tiger, who goes wide. Failing sneaks on through. Tiger falls back to P5. Lasserdin in the sugar-free Red Bull almost makes contact, but now it's a VSC. New position changes happening around P11 as Yeetmax getting ahead of Kevin. Kevin making a lunge for the inside now. is able to get the exit just barely. He kind of needs Yeetmax to back off just a smidge for him to get back on the racing line, and he does do that. Oh no, we've got Bombastic who's got into a wall. And we've got our second VSC of the race. Could see a potential defensive move on the inside. Is it going to be enough as Zora makes a slight lunge? Almost loses out 2 places. Ooh, Lassiden. That's risky. That was very risky from Lassiden, but he's managed to keep it on track despite almost being pushed into the wall. As Lassiden looking to try and take the inside and fend off the Ferrari, but gets put into the wall instead. Loses out 2 positions. And Kaijin getting ahead of Kevin. Is he going to have the legs? As Kevin seems to get a slightly better exit. But Kaijin now has to go on the outside. Gets the inside for the next corner. We haven't talked in a while, mate. Feel free to send me a DM on Discord. But we'll go on board with Failing, who has to defend from not 1 but 2 drivers as Destroyer Drac and Zora making moves coming into turn 1. Zora going to make a move for the inside line, but will result in him getting the outside on turn 2. And Failing had a front row seat to the masterclass that Zora just put out. But it is what it is. Oh, we've got yellows. For Boss Mace, it's a full safety car, so the race leaders now will be exceptionally happy as they can box for fresh hards. Try and do a DRS swap back and forth. Obviously, Tiger and Failing. Bit of position swap coming onto the main straight now. And Failing appears to be getting a better launch out of the corner. And Zora tries to make a move on the inside, is able to get past Tiger. Losing out massively, loses 3 positions down that main straight, but manages to claw 1 back. Lassiden not going to get a better exit, retains P4, almost loses P4. We'll really need the McLaren to give him space there. McLaren goes wide, but is able to retain their position. Michael Louis and Grey Lions, massive gap all the way at the back of the field. As something appears to have happened as we've got a VSC who's come off. We've got 2 DNFs, Kaijin and Lassiden. I can't believe I missed that. I think this is going to be a full safety car. It appears we've got the safety car out on track now. There's a massive gap to try and make up now as we've got a few drivers coming out of the pits before Michael Louis even gets on the back straight, or the main straight. He pits again as we come into the final DRS zone as Yeetmax managed to get up into P2. But we see a lunge in the final corner as he looks to try and take the inside. Is going to leave the space for the Ferrari, who's going to get a better exit as we come onto the main straight now. And Tiger will be your race winner, followed by Destroyer Drac, Kevin, Failing, Yeetmax, BRT Worldwide, Morgan Hughes, Keenan, Lord Fetch, Restored Panda, Grey Lions, Michael Louis, and unfortunately, Zora the Explorer, who was pole sitter, started first and fell off massively.